Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the geometric concept of fractional distances on a number line, and we'll do it in 5 minutes or less. So sometimes we are given a number line and we are asked, what is a point that might be 1/3 of the distance between this point and this point? So we have a blank number line here, and let's start super easy. Right? So if we are going to think of this point as 0, right? And we count by ones, and that might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's just think right here. Okay, from 0 to 10, right? We have -1 and so forth. And so how could we find point P, right? So if this is point A and this is point B, and we might say point P is let's call it 1/4 of the distance between A and B. Well, if we have a really simple number line like this, to where we've got it from 0 to 10 is on intervals of 1, we might be able to kind of eyeball that. But there is a formula up here, okay? So x sub p, so that sub p lets us know that we're dealing with what is the coordinate. And since this is a one-dimensional system, we don't have x and y coordinates. So we're really just dealing with x coordinates going side to side, equals, okay, so what is my position of x sub 1? So my x sub 1 is going to be like, what's the starting point here? So my starting point is 0 plus, so that is the x sub 1. This r, that's going to end up being what is the fractional distance here? So we're looking for 1/4. So we can say r equals that fractional distance. And so I'm going to multiply that by, now look at what we have up here, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So I'm trying to get the total distance of my number line. Okay, so that's my range. So how long is it between A and B? Well, I need to take B, which is 10, and then I need to subtract A, which is 0, so that's just going to end up being 10. So you're going to take your starting point, and then you're going to take a fraction of the total distance, add those together, and that will get you the total distance from A. So let's simplify it. That 0 goes away. Really, we're looking at 1/4 of 10 minus 0 of 10. Okay, so that's going to equal 10 over 4. So that's going to equal 2 and 2/4, or 2.5. So if we wanted to, we could say, all right, so my point P is going to be right there because it is 1/4 of the way between A and B. But what if the number line is not labeled and intervals of 1 and it's not as easy to read? So now we've got a number line. It goes from -50 to 30, and we're skip counting by 5s. Each interval is 5, and I'm looking for a point that is 7/10 of the way between A and B. So I've got my x sub 1 and my x sub 2 labeled. So let's use this formula here. My x sub p is going to be, what is my x sub 1? Well, that's -50. That's my starting point. I want it to be 7/10 of the way between A and B. So that's my r. And my x sub 2 minus x sub 1 is going to get me my total length of this number line, and the intervals are 5. So it's 30 minus the initial point, which is -50. And so that's going to end up being a positive 80. So that's -50 plus 7/10 times positive 80. So that's going to end up being 56. So I just end up with a -50 plus 56, or think of it like 56 minus 50. So x sub p is going to equal positive 6. And I said they go by 5, so it's going to be just a hair past there. That's my positive p. And as we can see visually, that does track. That is going to be 7/10 of the way between A and B. So it's this formula right here that lets us find fractional distances on a number line when we're dealing with a or a one-dimensional coordinate system. Think of it like an x-axis.